Yeah.
Thanks, Gab.
All right, I've hit record because there's some cool stuff I want to get through, and then we've got a guest speaker who's gonna share her journey and some epicness, and she's like blowing this up massively. So I can't wait to introduce her. But firstly, I just want to run through some events that are coming up, because you guys probably, well, you may or may not be aware, but we literally have tasting parties and events happening all over the planet. Like actually. So I'm just going to run through some of the major ones. But remember, if you know people if in a certain city or country or area or whatever, just reach out and the Leaders Go First chat and say, hey guys, like did you guys know we have a webinar happening for the Netherlands team? We have a webinar happening for the US team, the UK team. Obviously, we've got our Australia and New Zealand one, which is on every single night. But we have webinars and events. Bye, Mini-Me. Bye. Bye, love you guys. Bye. We have webinars and events happening literally everywhere, okay? Obviously, we've got a lot of them in Australia and New Zealand, so we'll run over some of these. So tomorrow night, so obviously tonight I'm in Matamata at the tasting party that we just had. We just had this at a pub, and it was freaking awesome. And as you guys saw, now the dude from the pub wants to get started. Legit. Okay, so tomorrow night we've got one happening in Hamilton and Dinsdale, Hamilton, New Zealand, because I know there's a Hamilton in Canada too. So make sure you guys invite anyone to that. Then on Wednesday night, for anyone who lives on Auckland's North Shore, we've got one happening in Mairangi, like Mairangi Bay, I think it is. I'm actually hosting that, so that is on Wednesday night. We also have one on Wednesday night in Nelson. So Nelson, anyone in Nelson, Motueka, top of the South Island of New Zealand. Thursday night, we've got one at my place in Auckland. That's Auckland City Centre, Grey Lynn at my place. Friday night, we have one in Whangarei. As I told you guys, Whangarei is going off. Actually, that's Friday lunchtime. It's at 11 a.m. on Friday, so that's a perfect one for mums or anyone to head along to. Then on Saturday, we actually have a business boot camp, which is happening in Mandurah, which is in Western Australia, which I know that Trina and a few of our team, Aston, are heading along to. And so that's Western Australia, south of Perth and Mandurah. Then on Sunday, we have got our Whangarei Super Sunday happening. Now, there's an opportunity meeting from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So that's to bring anyone along for free. And then we've got business training all day on the Sunday. Now, anyone who's in Auckland, Hamilton, Northland, like you guys can all come to that. Like if you're really serious about building this business, you want to get to every freaking event that you can, right? So that's a really, really, really good event. It's Whangarei. And actually, do you guys want to know something cool? Everyone who's speaking is in Team Kick-Ass. Yeah, boy, we're dominating. It's so cool. Also, want to give a shout out to Marie, who I think is on this call, Marie Langdon. Her and her hubby Phil are going to be hosting the opportunity meeting, and they are awesome. They are just, I'm so excited for them. Also on Sunday, we have Goals and Smoothie Bowls Vision Board Party in Christchurch. So South Island team, Christchurch is going off. Then the next one we also have is on the 2nd of November in Christchurch, Bubbles and Bliss Balls. Then we have Blitz into Summer Moriwa. I don't know where that is. Moriwa, Northland. So that's north, I think it's right, Dargaville kind of area. Then we also have, so I'm actually coming to South Island, to Fairlie. It's a little place out of Christchurch. We've got two CrossFit gym owners that I'm having an info night at their place, their gym in Fairlie. So many events. Then that weekend is David Wood UIA in Brisbane. So David Wood UIA was meant to be in Perth, but they switched it to Brisbane. So that is the weekend of the 9th, 10th, and 11th of November. So it's David Wood UIA in Brisbane. And then the following weekend is David Wood UIA in Auckland, okay? So if you can't make the Auckland one, go to the Brisbane one. If you can't make the Brisbane one, go to the Auckland one. So every single person should be going to that event, okay? Now, a question I get asked all the time, how do I turn a product user into a business builder, okay? How someone's just using the product, but how do I get them to see the vision and start sharing and see what's possible? what you do is you bring them to David Wood. So I went to David Wood as a product user. I went there to meet hot guys, party, and I just loved the products. I was feeling hot. I wanted to show off my body. Then I went there and I was like, holy shizballs. This is so much more than I realized. And I've gone and brought over 10,500 people into my sponsor's team, right? So do you think my sponsor is glad that she bought me a ticket to David Wood and that she brought me along and invited me? Yeah. And I was just a product user. Do you know what I actually said to her? She's like, don't you want to learn about business? I was like, hell no. I see business owners going under. They're like stressed out, overworked, divorced, overweight. Hell no. I don't want a business. That's what I said. I was like, I do not want to know about any sort of business. She's like, just come along. It's super fun. There's like hot guys. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm there. So how you turn a product user into a business builder is by bringing them to David Wood. As I said, I went along, product user, and then, and then blew this up. Just from that one event, changed everything for me. So that is a clue. So all of you guys on this call right now, how many people are you bringing to David Wood? Because, it's obviously you guys are probably already all going, amazing. But how many people are you bringing with you? How many people are you sending along to the one in Brisbane or the one in Auckland? By the way, guys, in Brisbane, I've hired out an Airbnb that everyone can stay at for free. So it's a 4-bedroom, so we can get at least 50 people in there, easy. So make sure that you reach out to anyone who, anyone in Australia, you know, the guys, all the team that we've got in Perth, Sydney, Melbourne, all of those guys should be coming to that David Wood in Brisbane. You've got free accommodation. If you can't afford a ticket, then next week, which is our Blitz week, which is starting on the 29th of November, which is when Team Kickass is sprinting to platinum. Yeah, that week I'm going to be giving away a heap of tickets to David Wood for people that do enrollments in that week. Okay, so that just know that if you're like, I really want a ticket to David Wood, then just enroll. Line up heaps, as many enrollments as you can to put them through next week during our Blitz week, and then you can win yourself a free ticket and even win tickets to give to your people so that you can bring more people along. Make sense? Pretty freaking cool. Okay, and there's one more thing I wanted to let you guys know about. Fiji. So as you guys know, there's an all expenses paid trip to Fiji that's happening right now. And the competition ends on Monday, 5 p.m. Okay, so it's all expenses paid trip to Fiji. There's no limit on how many people can go on this trip. It just depends how many BV points you have. Actually, I'm just going to show you guys because some of you guys might not even know like where the heck to find this stuff. Okay, so in your back office, in case you're not sure where to find this, there's this bit here called contests and promotions, right? Under contests and promotions, you can see all the trips you can win, Ask the Body Challenge, Success Summit, all that stuff, peak performers. Here's the trip to Fiji, all right? So basically what you have to do is you have to opt in. Now, some of you guys on this call might not have even opted in yet. Go in and opt in. You can actually still opt in even to this day, which is cool. And then we have the flyer there and then the report. So the flyer is here, Fiji. And you can even win spots for your family, depending on how many points you get. So 28th of October, US time is when the cutoff finishes for points. So if you guys aren't opted in, opt in. And then you can go and see what points you're on and how many you can get. So to win the trip, you need 10,000 points. How you get points is it's BV. It's BV points. So that's from new enrollments and how much BV they buy. And your new enrollments auto ships, how much they buy. And also your new enrollments, if they enroll people and they enroll people, it's all the BV. Okay? So you've probably already enrolled people during this period because the competition started on the 30th of July. Okay? So anyone who you've enrolled in that period since 30th of July, the points will all count towards your 10,000. Okay? So anyone that gets the 10,000 points wins the trip. There's no limit on how many people. You don't have to be in the top team. It's for anyone. Okay, so literally anything's possible, you guys. You know that. So if you get more points, 14,000 points, you get to take a partner or another adult. 16,000 points, you get 2 adults and 1 child or 2 child. 18,000 points, you get the level 1 which is you win plus an additional adult plus 2 children plus 2 children airfares. And then the top 3 overall point earners get all this like legit stuff, okay? So how do you find out what your points are? You just go to view reports and you can see how many points you've got, okay? So here it is, Fiji Challenge individual member points. So I'm sitting on 15,900, woohoo! But you know I'm going for the 18,000. So I'm like, okay, cool, I need 3,000 points in 5 days. Easy. I know I can do that because I'm going to go hard, okay? So don't rule yourself out. Like, why not? YOLO. That's what Team Kickass is about. So go for it, you guys. You can look at who you enrolled, who counts towards your points, and you can say like, hey guys, do you need to make any orders? When's your order ship? Can I help you enroll people? Because all of these people that you've enrolled during the period, all their points count towards you winning the trip. Let's get all of us there. Let's get all of us on this call to Fiji. How freaking yeah! Why the heck not? Okay. So the other thing I want to cover before I introduce our guest.
Oh my God!
Jesus! That gave me a fright.
Ah!
Okay, Zola's had a knee shot and she's going nuts.
I haven't. I'm taking this.
Oh God, it's going crazy.
I'm sick.
Bye, Ken. Nice to see you. I'm recording this. I can see you. I think half a Team Kickass is here tonight. It's so good. Okay, so what was I saying again? Oh, I forgot what I was saying. Can anyone remind me? Anyone can do this business. That is for sure.
You're talking about Fiji and points.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. So anyone can go for Fiji, guys. Like, why the hell not, right? All of us can be there. There's no limit on how many people can be there. Go, register, check how many points you've got, and see, okay, what do I need to do to get there? You could literally get 10,000 points in one day if you want to. Like, if you went psycho, anything's possible. We know that. Okay, cool. So Fiji, also, oh yeah, Blitz Week. So next week, starting on the 1st of November, is Team Kickass. Remember how we all went psycho a couple of weeks ago? Went crazy? It's happening again. So hold on to your panties. It's on. So because there's so much momentum that's happening right now in the business, we're going for it. Team Kickass is going for platinum. It's never ever been achieved before in New Zealand, ever again, ever, and it may never be achieved. No, just kidding. It will be. But we're going for something so huge, and it's a reflection of how many lives we are impacting and how many people we're getting these incredible products into their body, right? So the Blitz Week, and there's going to be heaps of prizes like normal. You know how I give away the seasonal shake, stuff like that. I've got a whole heap of Hokey Pokey to give away. I've got heaps of tickets to David Wood. I've got heaps of tickets to Celebration. I've got heaps of tickets to the gala, the Celebration after party. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff. So I'll be doing a post about what's up for grabs. So if you can, line up as many enrollments as you can. Come 5 p.m. Monday, go nuts and enroll them all and get all those prizes, okay? So that's the gist. Also, in case you guys weren't aware, so that week starts on the 29th of October and ends on the 5th of November. Now, the other cool thing about you saving your enrollments for that week is that there's a big competition in Isagenix, right? For the month of November. If you enroll 10 people in the month of November, you get invited to an exclusive meet and greet with Eric Worre at Celebration. Say what? Yep, 10 people, 10 enrollments on a 30-day cleanse pack or higher. Now, the other cool thing is if you enroll 12 people in the month of November, that's just 2 more people, you get free hotel accommodation from Isagenix for Celebration. You get a free hotel room for Celebration. That means you don't have to be part of the giant spoon train of 70 people in Team Kickass pad. Now, me, to be honest, I want the spoon train, so I'm going to be there regardless. But guess what? I'm still going to win the accommodation, and I'm going to give that to someone in my team who may need personal space. There you go. You might have someone in your team that needs personal space that they don't want to come to Celebration if they know there's a 70 people spoon train, right? So if you win the accommodation, you can give it to them and then they might actually come, which is cool, right? That's what you want. Also, last announcement. On the 1st of November, Isagenix are dropping a whole lot of epic shit. They are releasing a seasonal bar. They are releasing a seasonal product catalog with all this Christmassy stuff. They are releasing a seasonal essential oil, a whole heap of stuff, okay? So that's another reason that on the 1st of November, Team Kickass is going neck level, like actual neck level, like psychotic neck level. So remember, if you can, go hard this week, lining up as many enrollments as you can. Come Monday 5 p.m, boom, hit them all. And all the announcements about the seasonal stuff coming out should have been, I believe, posted today, or if they'll be on ISA FYI first thing tomorrow morning. Bye, babe. See you tomorrow night. Yeah. Okay, so cool. I now have the absolute pleasure of introducing our guest speaker. And I know she's got a few of her team on here. Yeah, welcome everyone. And I'm so excited to have her on the call because she is the definition of a boss lady. She has been sharing Isagenix, I don't even know how long, to be honest, but she's crushing it. She's doing so well. And what she does is she has this thing, she interviewed me last night on her, she does a Facebook Live every Sunday night. And it's called the Pajama Bosses. And that's like legit what she is. What she does is she does this, she does the call from her pajamas on a Sunday night, and she's basically showing everyone out there, what's possible, and that you can build this from home, and that, it's just, so every night she's doing this Facebook Live on her public Facebook, okay? And I was like, she asked me to be on it, I was like, man, I need to step up my game. Like, I'm not doing regular lives on my Facebook. So I've learned a lot from her. She's a mum of 2 gorgeous boys. And she works full-time in her Isagenix business. She works her health and wellness business in the pockets of her time. Okay, so she's only doing this part-time. That's freaking crazy. And what she's accomplished is so cool. And I know that most of Team Kickass is actually mums. And you guys have got me, this crazy as blonde chick, yelling at you every week. So I know that you're going to get so much value out of another mum who's building this in the pockets of her time in her pajamas from home. Like, that is boss. So let me introduce the gorgeous Chelsea Bennett.
Hi, what a bloody intro.
Yeah. All right, gorgeous. I would love for you to share your story, share how you got started, why you got started, what you've created. And I'd really love to hear what that money, that residual income has done for you and your family. And then I'm just going to load you up with questions and let you go nuts. Then I'd love to hear your top tips. What are the top 5 or 10 things you've learned along the way that you wish you knew at the start?
Okay, cool. All right, you got to remind me the questions as we go along because I forget everything.
Got it.
I set plans for everything, otherwise I forget. So hi everyone, thank you so much for having me tonight. So yeah, I am a mum of 2, and I live in Wollongong in New South Wales in Australia. I have been, I would say, doing the Isagenix business say for about 2.5 years now. I've been using the products for just over 3 years, and it's absolutely changed my life. Like, a little bit about the story on how I got started was I've always been a quick fixer. I've done the lemon detox, I've done Duromine, I've done Jenny Craig. I got my blood checked to see what food I should be eating for my blood type. Like, I've always been a quick fixer. And I have 2 boys that are just over a year apart. And when I had the boys, I just lost myself. Like, I had no energy, and, everyone's telling you, oh, go to the gym and you'll lose the weight. And I was like, when am I going to the gym? Like, I go to bed with the kids at night and I'm up all night, and I just didn't like the way I looked, and I didn't like my reflection. And I was up feeding my little one night, Googling my next quick fix. What can I do to make me feel better? And I came across Isagenix, and at the time we were on 1 wage. So for me to invest that money in myself, the mummy guilt set in. And I was like, how can I spend that money on myself? Like, I would, go to Cotton On and spend $500 and not even blink. But for me to invest money in myself, I felt guilt. So I sat on it for a few weeks, and then I thought, look, if I'm not feeling good, how am I going to be there for the family? So I ordered my box. And the first 3 weeks were quite hard for me in terms of adjusting from no coffee and everything like that. But I started to sleep better. I started to feel good. I started to get my groove back. And I actually liked the reflection in the mirror. Now, I'm no supermodel. I've got the mum tum, I've got the Caesar scar, I've got the saggy tits. Like, it's just part of it. But I feel good. And before this system, I used to be hooked on the numbers. And, if I wasn't a certain kilo, then, I didn't deserve happiness. Or if I was 62 kilos, I'd just be so happy. And what this program has made me realize is no one gives a shit what I weigh. If you feel good on the inside, that's what shines on the outside. And, people ask you, you look good. And I'm like, I feel good. So for 10 months, I didn't tell anyone what I was doing. I was not interested in earning a income or a business or anything like that. But it wasn't until my husband started the system on the energy and performance that I was like, he's feeling amazing. I'm feeling amazing. My babies, they have a shake every single morning because I know that they're getting that nutrition before they go to preschool and kindergarten. And that's when I just started to have a look at it. It started as a eat for free. How can I eat for free? And I did my first launch party and I invited everybody I knew on my Facebook list, totally wrong inviting. I've learned so much in terms of that. But, I shared with my first 2 people and that's where it kind of started. But what really opened my eyes was when I have the 2 kids, I was like, and my son was starting kindergarten. So how do mums get to all the events when you're working full time in a job? I'm going to miss so many events for my son, all his firsts, and I really want to be there for them. And school holidays is 11 weeks a year. So it really opened my eyes. I really, as a mum, if I want to be there and be really involved in my baby's milestones, I need a business that works in the pockets of my time. So this business, I work at night from my phone. So I'm not tech savvy at all. I can barely work my laptop. So for me, I'm really, really good working my phone. So majority of my calls, I work at nighttime. My babies go to bed now, 6:30, 7 o'clock here. And then that's when I'll book in my calls because that's what works for me. And during the day, on my lunch breaks or when I'm in the toilet, I'm writing back to people or, I'm sending voice messages. Voice messages are a mum's best friend because you don't have to type. My fingers get sore and half the time I type the words wrong anyways and and then it's singing duct and all weird words. So I just send voice messages and it's so good because people are hearing your passion and you're getting straight to the point. So in terms of what I've been able to create, yes, I am a 1-star executive. I'm not paid 1 star every single week, but I'm paid income every single week and we definitely eat for free. I qualified for the triple cycles and I was qualified besides 1 week. So for me, getting paid triple cycles, we were in Bali when I got the call that I had also cleaned up in the bonus pools and I had my biggest week when I was in Bali with my family. And in terms of what does the income do for us, we've got another holiday at the end of the year. It gives you choice. I just had my son's birthday party on the weekend and I didn't have to stress about, how much is it going to cost and everything like that. It's the little things. And then, having that end goal, yeah, of course, I want to be able to work my Isagenix full time because it's the flexibility. You make the business work for you in your lifestyle. And that is what really, really attracts me. And yes, sometimes it is inconvenient, but the inconvenience outweighs everything else. Tonight I call at 6 o'clock. I've made sure my babies were in the shower and they're old enough. I didn't just chuck them in the shower. They know how to swim. They're fine. But, there's those small little things that you do with any business. And for me, I think I've always been searching for something. Before Isagenix, I was looking at franchises. I actually wanted to get a nutrition station down here in Wollongong. It was $500,000. And I was like speaking to the bank, and we had to remortgage our house and all this stuff. Where now, you know, I have a multi-million-dollar business on my mobile phone and I eat my overheads. Like, that's what I was saying to Gab last night. It's so crazy. But yeah, I had the biggest weeks with triple cycles, obviously. But 2 weeks ago, I had the biggest week that I've had in my whole business. If you take away the triple cycles, but that was my biggest week 2 weeks ago. So I think my biggest week ever with ISA has been just under $5,000, which is, you know, enabled me choice in terms of, you know, this isn't big to some, but coming home from a red-eye flight with Bali, you know, we can fly business so the babies can sleep. For me, that is huge, because then I don't have feral kids when we get off a plane. Like, just choice. I wish I knew about this before kids. I wish I knew about this, because then I just think, fuck, if I knew about this earlier, you know, I would have built more foundation than what I have now. And then, you know, you always can go through that. But I just flip it. What I'm building now is awesome, because I get to connect with people. I love chatting. With any business, there's highs and lows, but this is a feel-good business. And it makes you feel good. Like, whenever my guys in the team, you know, if they're going in a funk, and we all, like, we're human. You can't always be up. Like, it's up and down, but it's like, when you're down, what do? What makes you feel good? Do you know what I mean? And I always speak to my guys, and they're on the call tonight, and I say, tell me 2 things that make you feel good. And, you know, for me, I love jumping on a call with one of my leaders in action, like, and they ignite me. Or I love chatting to a newbie and celebrating them. Like, I always tell my guys in the team, if you're in a funk, pour some love into someone who's enjoying the system and getting incredible results. And as soon as you give and you pour love into someone else, and then you see how grateful they are and how nice it is to feel appreciated, it totally changed your vibe. Top 5, 6 things. Yeah, like, I wish I knew about residual income. I wish I knew that I can earn money whilst I sleep. I wish I knew, I've always grown up, you know, I work for my family. I've worked for my parents since I left in year 10. So I wish I was more open-minded, and, you know, my parents and my family are probably the most unsupportive in this business. You know, I can't even mention the name Isagenix around them. So it's just part of it. You know, they're not going to build me a business. And once I get up there, then they're all going to want to know what I'm doing. But for the meantime, you know, it's a lesson, and, you know, one day they may come across, one day they may not, but I'm still going to do it anyways. So in terms of setting up systems for our newbies, so I'm really big on celebrating them. So if they're a bit weird on their personal Facebooks, celebrate them in the cleanse page. You know, majority of people, when you're getting someone started, you're putting them into the cleanse page. For not everyone wants to post their whole life on Facebook. For me, prior to Isagenix, no one even knew I had kids. Like, I would never post anything. And it's so random when I look at the memories that come up on my Facebook from like 8 years ago. I was like, I was a fucking weirdo. Like, no wonder no one ever did it. Like, just the things I would write, I'm like, oh, I don't even want to be friends with me with those comments. To what I'm writing now, it's like, you know, everyone's watching. Everybody is always watching. Like, half of my enrollments are literally from people who have never liked or commented or anything on a post. I'm like, huh? I didn't even know we were friends. So you have to be consistent. Like, always be consistent. Always show up, even if you don't want to show up. Like, it's not going to be a convenient business. When you are building the foundations, there are going to be moments that are inconvenient. There are going to be moments that are frustrating, but you just have to trust the process. And when you're going through that, reach out to someone who lights you up. Reach out to someone who makes you feel good. Sometimes you just need a soundboard. You don't need advice. You don't need to be told this is what you're doing wrong. You just need a soundboard. That's it. So in terms of the newbies, it's really just about ensuring they're having a great experience, because if they're not having a great experience and enjoying the system, the last thing they're going to do is tell anyone what they're doing. So if they're not having great experience, really knuckling down as to why. Are they hungry? Why are they hungry? Are they thirsty? Like really knuckling it down to what exactly is going on, because you shouldn't be hungry on the program. If you're hungry, then we just need to look at why. Why are you hungry? Are you bored? Are you thirsty? Have you just started training? Like really knuckling down those results. You know, sometimes I have people who want to lose 5 kilos. Sometimes I've got people that want to lose 60 kilos. And I know that someone who wants to lose 60 kilos is going to be a roller coaster, because they are not going to lose that in, you know, even 4 months, maybe, depending on their exercise. So yeah, just really celebrating them on day 9, 20, and 30. Everyone has their days that they celebrate, but I just set them up. I have them on a whiteboard, day 9, day 20, day 30, their auto ship date, and their ISA body, making sure that they're in the ISA body. So for me, it's all about celebrating, pouring love into them, and showing them the comp plan straight away. Like even today, I drew out the comp plan for one of my girls, you know, getting her paid. So that's the systems in terms of that. How do I track new customers? Look, the last place I'm going to is a coffee shop with 2 boys at 4 and 5 years old. Like it's just not my jam at the moment, maybe in a few years. So for me, social media is where I build. Social media is where I connect. Social media is where I post content, stories. I've really been focusing on my Instagram the last 3 months, but being mindful as well. Your Instagram audience are going to be completely different to your Facebook audience. So not everyone has both platforms. So I always ensure that I'm posting different content on both platforms. And yeah, that I could do a whole social media training, but I won't do that now. So yeah, that's how I show up. I show up on social media. I connect. I reply to everyone who comments. Like even on Gabby's live that we did last night, every hour throughout the day, I'll reply to a comment. So then what's that doing is it's bringing the live that we did last night back up to the top of everyone's social media. So if I'm having an interaction and I'm engaging with someone that's commented on my post, it's then bringing it back up to the top of the feed because there's been a recent engagement on it. So if you ever do Facebook Lives, like Gabby was saying, I do them on a Sunday night. It's simply Pajama Bosses. I'm in my pajamas now with a friggin' spray tan. Really went all out for tonight's call. I totally forgot. But anyways, so yeah, I do a Pajama Bosses, and that's just me being authentic. I love wearing pajamas. I feel comfortable. And it's literally a 15-minute Facebook Live where I just chat to people. You know, it's the same questions, you know. Why did you get started on our system? Why did you choose our system compared to so many on the market? What has been your results? What attracted you to the business? What do you love about the business? And, you know, the conversation just flows. And I just ensure every week I have someone different. So like I had Gabs last night. The week before, who did I have? I had Sarah Berry. And then I'll have a guy, then I'll have a girl, then I'll have a young girl, then I'll have a mum, then I'll have someone in my team. So if you have someone that's building and taking off at the moment in your team, get them on your Facebook Live, interview them. If they're really nervous about Facebook Lives, why don't you do a live and interview them? So then you're asking the questions. They don't really prep them, give them the questions before, but you're cheering them on and you're building them up, and everyone on their audience is seeing it and everyone on your audience is seeing it. So how that works is great because everyone on your audience is going to see that you are actually killing it. Like you are building leaders. You have people in your team that are doing so well, and everyone on their audience are going to be like, shit, she's getting results. Like, look, I didn't even realize she was doing that. Well, like, do you know what I mean? So it's great for both sides. So that's what I've done with all my guys, and I kind of do it on rotate. So just interview your leaders, interview your people that are in momentum at the moment, and really just toot their horn because their Facebook friends don't know exactly what's going on. Just celebrate them and pour some love into them. And there's nothing, do you think of the positive? There's nothing going to be worse than your first Facebook Live. You're always going to be better than that one. So win-win situation in terms of Facebook Lives, but I'm big on it because it's the biggest traction and you get the most people to see your content then. I'm trying to scroll up to get the other questions.
I love that, Chelsea. Like my team, I'm so big on Facebook Lives, but some of my team are really good at them, but I know some of you guys on the school have never even done one. And
so if you haven't done them, like get someone to interview you so then you don't have to do the hard work. Like, you're just answering the questions. And then you'll get the questions before it. Keep it to 10, 15 minutes max because people zone out. Ensure you're doing it in a peak time period. So majority of people are online from 7 p.m. in the evening until 10 p.m. Because most people, they're busy during the day if they've got kids. They're at work. They're wherever they are. So it's going to get the most traction at nighttime. So yeah, that's how I attract new customers. And what's great is when you're interviewing different people on a Facebook Live, if I have a young guy that's just built lean muscle and is killing it, my guys in my team can share my live onto their page. And then that may resonate with their audience because not everyone is going to resonate with a fat, tired mum. Like do you know what I mean? It's no one's going to like the audience. Like if I'm trying to attract some guys into my business, which are always great, they're not really going to resonate with my story. But if I'm interviewing Shannon Masters, who, by the way, when I interviewed him, I got 2 enrollments from that. And I interviewed Rico Gear and I got I got an enrollment and one of my girls got an enrollment. So, just mixing it up in terms of who you're interviewing with the different results and the different stories. So I love Facebook Live. Sometimes I run out of people and so I'll just skip a week. Like the business is what you want to work at. And why should everyone go to David Wood? Well, it really opens your eyes and it really gets you to focus on what are your goals? Like, who are you as a person? What type of personality type are you? And you get to meet some incredible people there as well. Like I'm a red, clearly. And if anyone who's been to a David Wood event, you start to learn about colors and different personalities and the styles that you should, connect with people. Like a red, I'm very direct. Just tell me what I got to do and I'll do it. Tell me the stats. Yeah, cool, great. Where, a yellow, obviously Gab, party, high energy, fun. Well, I want to go to bed at 8 o'clock. If I don't have the kids, I want to go to bed early and have unbroken sleep. Like that's my priority. And, White, very timid. And so I wouldn't be able to, if I'm speaking to someone who I know is probably a white, I wouldn't be coming across as like, boom, boom, because that's really confronting. So it really teaches you a lot about how to connect with people. And it's a great event. You walk away, literally I had like a come down after the event because you're like, whoa, that was so much. But then you get to process it and deload. And that's I'm very similar to Gab. Like we hire a house or we'll hire a massive apartment. And then we're all together after the events because it's so important to deload together as a team. Like even with Sydney, IC Uni, we hired an Airbnb in Sydney and we're all together at the house after it. And it's so good because you just chill out on the couch in our pajamas and just deload and debrief about the weekend. And you may have forgotten something that someone else in your team picked up and you get to share. And it's really interesting to see like all the different people, what their takeaways were from an event and, who they resonated with, who they didn't. You're not going to go to an event and be mind blown by every single speaker. It's just not going to happen because again, we all learn differently. We all connect differently. But that's what's great with the events is you get to meet different people. So David Wood is an incredible event. IC Uni is probably one of my favorites, but David Wood is great. So I hope that gave you some value.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, you guys, how good is Chelsea? And I just can't reiterate that enough of the Facebook Lives and interviewing people on Facebook Live. Like if you go to her Facebook and watch her lives, like no wonder she's getting so many enrollments. And did you know that if you do a Facebook Live, your Facebook is like per the Facebook algorithms, whoever does lives is going to appear first on top of everyone else.
Yeah.
So if you've never done a Facebook Live, you're going to be, people that have done lives are going to appear before you. So you really want to get on and do a Facebook Live so that your posts are being seen by everyone, right? Like, that's huge. And I mean, for a lot of you guys, I probably pop up first for a lot of you guys. And because I'm doing Facebook Lives, you're probably like, God damn it, Gabby, what the hell? Because I'm doing Facebook Lives, I'm always on there, I'm active, I'm posting, congratulating people. And yeah, I just encourage you, have a look through Chelsea's Facebook because she's crushing it. She's doing so well, and she's not getting out and going and meeting these people in the street. She's doing it from home, from social media, with her 2 boys in her freaking pajamas. Like, what a boss! And that's
I saw a question from Erin. So she said, how do you decide on what to put up on Facebook versus Instagram? So both my platforms, if you look at them, they're very different. My Instagram is all about like aesthetically, like it's all like a same filter. It's not, my Instagram, I would say, is more working from home opportunity, not so much isogenics. My Facebook is very isogenics. So I market mainly through my stories on my Instagram. I think yous are all requesting me on Facebook now as friends. It's so funny. I hope it's you guys and not other random stalkers. So, so the other day, like say for an example, on my Instagram, I put a before and after of me with a bloated face because I was, here, I'll show you. So I put this up. This is just an example, right? So I put this up. Oh, you can see my little ring. Can you see that, right? That was 4 days, right? After a double cleanse. And just by putting that up, I started to get private messages. So what I'm doing with those private messages is, do you have Facebook? Because I want to get them on my Facebook and get them into my cleanse page. So that's all. I straight away took them off Instagram and straight into Facebook, straight into my cleansing group, which you guys would all have. So then they're seeing more before and afters and, adding those people into my list. So you always just got to use these. Think of social media as a marketing tool because that's all it is. Sometimes we get caught up in this show reel in comparison, and it's quite hard. Like, that's the thing about social media that I don't like. But we're all human. It doesn't matter. Even in reality, you're going to compare. It's just part of it. But it's like what you do when you're doing that comparison. Are you flipping it, or are you just going to sit and dwell and then not do anything? So for me, my Instagram is different content. And then if I've posted something on my Instagram, I might post that on my Facebook 5 days later. So recycle the content, but just not all on the same day because people will switch off when you're posting the same shit to all platforms. So yeah, that's with that. But I will let you know one thing. So I did do an Instagram training with a girl in America. Her name is Alex Beaton. And she's all about the Instagram stories and how to market on Instagram stories because everyone loves visuals. Click, click, click. Like no one really loves to read the big novels. So yeah, see, we all switch off. So she's actually going to do a call on the 6th of December. She's in Los Angeles. So it's going to be 9 p.m. I think it's 9 p.m. our time or something. Anyways, it's at night time. But I'm going to send a private message to all the leaders, well, the ones that I like anyways, invite them onto her free training. But she's taught me so much and it was all free. She tells you what apps to download onto your phone to make your stories look, professional. They're all free apps. And then obviously at the end of the call, she'll be saying she has a course that you can do with her. She wouldn't be jumping on a call for me if she wasn't going to plug her own course. It's $200, so it's not life-changing. But just even being on the call and the training that she's going to provide, you guys are all welcome. I'll send Gabs closer to the date because if I tell you now, you'll forget. But she's going to do a free Zoom training for all of us here. So I'll send Gabs the details and you guys are all more than welcome to jump on that. And that's purely Instagram, not Facebook, purely Instagram, marketing yourself on your Instagram stories, some tips and tricks. And then obviously you can do her training, which I would love my team to do her training, because then it's going to give them the confidence and belief on how to do Instagram stories and everything like that. But her name is Alex Beaton. And she's great. Like, I love following her. I did her free training and it totally changed my Beaton. Alex, and her surname is Beaton, Beadon. So that's her. And I did her, it was like a 2-week, yeah, there you go. It was like a 2-week training, and I did her training in terms of what apps I need to use to make my Instagram stories pop out. So
I love that.
For you guys and share that.
And also, guys, we have an Instagram superstar in Team Kickass. I don't know if you know, but this girl Kia, Body by Kia. She's in Team Kickass, and she's actually doing an Instagram training next Monday night for us.
There you go.
Yeah. So Monday night's team call next Monday is going to be Kia doing her Instagram training as well. So that'll be a good buffer. And then you can jump on the Alex one as well if you want more tips. But I definitely recommend that you follow her. I mean, she enrolls 3 or 4 people a week from Instagram. Like, she is damn good at it.
I stalk her too.
Yep, that's it. Like, and that's a leverage of the people that are doing it. And she's doing Instagram for Isagenix. So obviously, you can just, I pretty much just copy her post and just put my photos in. Yeah. So I'm so freaking grateful for Chelsea. Guys, turn your camera on and show Chelsea some like mad loves and high fives of how excited you guys are. Like, whoa. It's like, you've just added so much value. Facebook Lives, like, we need to get out of our freaking comfort zone and mix this shit up.
Someone take a photo of this so I can pop it on my stories.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we should be doing Insta stories right now. Holy shit! Come on, guys, let's do it.
I did one before it, so I'll do one now and I'll show you what I mean.
So turn your cameras on, guys, and check out this one too. Whoop. Okay, so what do we, Chelsea? You show us what we meant to do.
Yeah, so I always do a filter though, because I got a spray tan, so I look shit right now.
All right.
So I just do the first filter with the sparkles.
Oh, yep.
It just blemishes out your skin. See that purple one?
Yep.
But then I tell you what I also got.
Oh, yeah, boy, a light. That's what I need.
$6 eBay.
And so do you guys want to know my secret? What I do is like, I turn my flashlight on my phone like that, and then I just point it at me. Yeah. See, now I look like I've got some like flash thing on. Hey guys, what's up? Instagram.
So I just use all these people.
Yeah.
So hi everyone.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hey. So good. So yeah, if you are budjo like me, you can just use your phone and your torch. That's what I do.
A budjo, the number 1 income earner in New Zealand.
I know. You can take the girl out of New Zealand. You can't take New Zealand out of the girl. it's in my blood. Anything free.
That's so cool.
Yeah, but thank you so much, Chelsea. I know we've gone over the hour now, and I want to let everyone, I want to honor your time. I'm so grateful for you, everyone else on the call. How freaking good. So next Monday, we've got Kia's Instagram training. Yeah. And even for us that are in the prime time demographic like myself, we can learn how to restart our lives with Instagram with Kia. Yeah.
That'll be amazing.
You. All right. Thank you so much, Chelsea, all of Chelsea's team. So we have these calls every Monday night. Same link every Monday. If you ever want to jump on. These are open to everyone. And remember, we have so many events coming up, guys. Hamilton, Whangarei, Christchurch, freaking Mairangi Bay, everywhere. So pack these things out. Let's line up as many enrollments as we can for Blitz Week. And let's take Team Kickass freaking platinum. Yeah, boy. All right, guys, I'm going to unmute everyone. You can do some screaming, and then I'll end the call before it gets all weird.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Go forth and kick ass, team. Bye. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, Gab.